Namaskar, dear devotees, friends. Let us begin our Sunday talk on the Bhagavata with the beautiful stotra. Shantakaram bhujagashayanam padmanabham suresham vishwadharam Gagana sadrisham meghabarnam shubhangam Lakshmi kantam kamalanayanam yogi dhyanagamyam Bande Vishnum bhavabhayaharam sarvalokaika natham. Uddhava, he asked Sri Krishna to tell him about the various laws and duties prescribed for the various caste and station of life. So we are studying that. This is important. Why? As we have already discussed, if the dharma, the system of morality is not there, I am using the word system of morality as dharma. Why? Because that transforms the mind, purifies the mind, detaches the mind from the worldly objects. So these are the duties. Anything that the society is taking for the society's sake. It's a society means so many people together. So obviously, all individual in their own individualistic way, if they behave, will that be a society? No. So similarly, one individual, whatever he is doing, is affecting the whole humanity. And particularly modern days, we can understand it very much. The communication, it has made the whole world so close. In any part of the world, if someone is doing something wrong and creating some problem for himself, whole world, humanity is affected by that. We are suffering. So that is the way we have to understand. What is dharma? It is some kind of discipline that the human being should follow, not only for his own individual benefit, but for the benefit of the whole society, all humanity. So that is called dharma. Dharma for the human being, and it is holding us as a human being. The majority of the people, they don't understand, and they're angry actually not with dharma, but some of the ritualistic way that dharma has been introduced in the different periods of time. It is obvious. So we should not discard the dharma, we should not discard the religion just because some people misused it or misusing it. We should try to understand it properly, and that is the reason we are reading this scripture, the Bhagavata. And in the Bhagavata, Swadharma is a great word. If the Swadharma is practiced, the whole society will be a perfect society. If the king is practicing his Swadharma as a king, the very good administrator, and without any narrowness, as because these people, they belong to my team, so I will only support them whether they are doing good or bad, no question. Or others, even they are doing really good, but as because they are not in my team, I am not going to support them, rather creating problem for them. This is not the king's duty. So Raja Dharma, that's a beautiful word, Raja Dharma. The one who is sitting in that position should understand it and should feel it. He is the master of the whole society, taking decision for everyone. He is the father figure of the whole society. Dharma. and the judge giving the judgment. Even his son has done something wrong, his hand should not shake to write the punishment for his son even. Dharma. The same way all the society in different level, if they are practicing dharma. And if we see that, I always say that what is God? God is only two things: love and unselfishness, and nothing else. We talk about God. We go to temple, churches, mosque, synagogues. For what? God. But what is God? That image? That, or the symbol? Or that particular place? Or the book that is writing about him? No. And that is the beauty of Swami Vivekananda. He is very clearly said about it. Even in the Veda, they say, after the realization, you don't need the Vedas. The Vedas are only guidances. So we have to understand this. The friends, the best person who is teaching us the Dharma over here is Bhagavan Sri Krishna. He practiced it in his own life and he created it. So he is talking. Uddhava, his friend and disciple, he is asking this question to him and he is giving the caste and the station in life. This is the speciality in the Hindu society. Sanatana Dharma, they created this. Why? According to the capability of a person. A person is not capable to rule. And if you place him as a king, what will happen? He will take all the assistants below him, lower than him. So that will be a pygmy type of thing. So naturally, those who are capable, that particular person should be in that particular place for the benefit of the society. So they divided, after observing the capacities, qualities, they divided the human society in 4 different castes. And Brahmin, who is a Brahmin? Capable to control the senses and the mind. He is a Brahmin. Capable to control the senses and the mind. Friends, we are repeating almost. Why? Because this is very important to understand. Everyone's mind should be very clear, particularly those who belong to the Hindu society. They themselves are also criticizing the caste system because the misutilization of the system. But the system that was developed, it was so good, so great. A person can be, I will come to the sources where they say it is not by birth, but by the karma, but by the capacity to work, but by the quality that the person is having. I will quote from our own scripture, from the Hindu scripture, and this is very, very important. The control of the senses and the mind, first quality. Second, austerities. He can forbear. Austerity means tapasya. The Brahmin has the capacity to practice that. Then containment, always happy. Forbearance, compassion, truth, and devotion to God. Anyone having these qualities should be called as Brahmin. So this is the first grade. The someone who is having the capacity to understand the mechanism of a thing, and they are very intelligent, they are very smart in understanding the mechanism of a machine. Another person cannot do that. Shall we fight? No, this machine belongs to me, I should do it, and then afterwards you can't use the machine. Rather break that machine because you don't understand. So the society should be governed, society should be divided into these 4 parts. It is there, Only they don't say Brahmin, etc. The intellectual people, and not only intellectual, highly moral people, because they can control their mind and their senses, they understand what is good for others and good for the society, they should be on the top. They should be given more respect. If we are not respecting the scientists, the doctors, the engineers, the good administrators, the good teachers, where the society will go? We have all respect for a rickshaw puller. But if we ask the rickshaw puller or any ordinary person who is not having the capacity to go and take care of a hospital and prescribe medicine, just think of it, the catastrophe. So the same way, a person who is capable to control his senses, and we know how difficult it is, just try to control your sense and you'll find what difficulty. And that is the reason all the religions, they prescribe fasting. Why? Because the body wants food. Now you have to control. And every religion, they'll be asking you to control all your passions, all your desires, a particular time. At least for that particular time, maybe 15 days, 1 month, you should practice this, control this. Among the Hindus, you will find for the whole month, they will put on the gerua, saffron color, the dress, and they will become the 1 month sannyasi. They won't go to the house. They will never do anything. Normally they do nothing. They will just try to become a sannyasi and try to follow all the practices of the sannyasi in restraining themselves. Once in a whole year, only for 1 month, 30 days. But that is the great teaching, training. So one who all through his life practicing that, shall we not respect him? The controlling of the senses, the anger, and naturally his intellect is becoming very sharp, concentrated, and as because he is not having the attachment to anything, he can judge things and very nice way. So the Brahmins are the best judges, the true Brahmins. Then come the Kshatriyas. They have the strength, they have the courage, they should have the valor, ability to bear pain, and they should be generous, industrious, and natural tendency of leadership should be there. Otherwise, a Kshatriya cannot be Kshatriya. Because we are reading now, long before all the Kshatriyas, they were the kings, the administrators. So they are mentioning the Kshatriyas. And nowadays in the modern society, majority of the countries, almost all the societies, they are democratic societies, the people are choosing them. But we have to choose those people who are having this type of capacity to rule the country. Otherwise it will be very, very difficult. So that is the reason the person who is really having the strength, so that should be, if you are joining in the army or in the military, that these are the qualities. If you don't have the strength, don't have the courage, then that will be a great punishment if you are joining just for some salary, no? Then you will, from the beginning, from the first day, you will go on thinking when to go away from this place. The Kshatriyas, they love that. It is in their nature. So see, our ancestors, the great rishis, they were great thinkers, and they understood the people who are having this type of temperament, and if we put them to meditate, if we ask them to concentrate, what will happen to them? Hypocrisy. They will only close their eyes and they will doze off, they will sleep, and then whole life they will go on cursing the system. But if you put that man according to his nature to that particular position, he will be so successful. So that is the idea. The Kshatriyas, the strength, the courage, valor, ability to bear pain, generosity, industry, and a natural tendency of leadership. That is the nature of the Kshatriyas. And the third comes the Vaishyas. Deep faith in God. That is the Vaishya. Deep faith in God. They are philanthropic and charitable by nature. Humble and not satisfied with wealth. This is the very important thing. Not satisfied with wealth, earning is the nature of the Vaishyas. If they become the fifth richest man in the whole world, then he will go and say, oh, I'm only the fifth, 4% before me, I have to become the first. So that is the desire. It is not bad. That is the nature. So obviously, if you are asking a monk to become those who doesn't want all those things, if you force them, no, you should be a businessman, what will happen? Suppose a father insisting a son who is having a monastic attitude, wants to be alone, doesn't want all those wealth, and forcing them to become a businessman because he is having that business, the son should inherit. What will happen? That is the thing. So one should understand the capacity. Deep faith in God, that is the uniqueness of the business people. If they are not having, but only running a huge institution, you should know they are not actually the Vaishyas. Vaishyas are very good people. Very good people. They go on taking all the culture from one part to another. The whole world become united. They know each other because of the Vaishyas. Not only they are selling things, merchandise, or the materials, they also carry the culture. In the olden days, they used to go in a big group and they used to hire some people to protect them. And in that caravan, in that procession, in that group, they used to take different type of people like a philosopher, artist, globetrotters, and the teachers. They used to go along with them. Businessmen used to give them all shelter, protection. And these people used to go from one place to another. This is all in the history. So these are the capacities of the Vaishyas. And the last group, they are very good people, but not capable to think. They are in their mind, they like to serve. Ask them to do something, very happily they will do, and always satisfied people. And they are known as the Shudras. Sometimes we think, oh, they are the worst people, they are the last batch. No, 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 no. The Lord said, they have come from my feet. That is the description. They were born out of my feet. And that is the feet where we go and touch all the Brahmins and the Kshatriyas and the Vaishyas. They go and touch their head on that. That's the most covetous place, covetous of the God, that we go and touch that, get the blessings. So that means they are holding the society. So we have to understand them. But in the Prabhatis-taken society, what happened? The people don't understand it, and the ego that works so much. And as because the India was under the subjugation for a long period of time, almost from 10th, 11th century it continued up to the 18th century. So obviously you can understand almost 1,000 years we forgot anything that natural. So all these things became jumbled up. The kings also couldn't understand all. Now once again we have to introduce this, and we have to understand this, and we have to say, my brother is a Brahmin, but I am a Vaishya. I love this economy and I am doing this business. Nothing wrong. My brother is a contemplative person, meditative person. He is doing the research, like that. No problem. So one family can have this. Practicing high moral values like non-injury, truthfulness, helping others at the time of need is common to all Varnas. Even today in some parts of India, in the name of the Varnas, some people, they torture other people, not knowing that in their next birth they may be getting more lower births than the Shudras. Now they are boastful, they are thinking that they are Brahmin or higher caste. What is higher caste? If they are misbehaving, it is the karma. And being a Hindu, all you know that the karma phala is there. And what will happen to you in the next birth? Do you think about that? So this is very important, and we should understand it, and we should try to imbibe these good qualities once again, not only in Indian society but in all societies. Practicing high moral values like non-injury, truthfulness, helping others at the time of need should be common to all. So see, this is what the society. Now friends, this is, we always receive the one question, who created these castes? I like to quote from different scriptures to give the answer to that. The caste system, caste-ridden system, the India all the time, the only thing that people, they always criticize about India and Hinduism is the caste. And very peculiar, of course. Those who are working to construct the temple, and they gave their not only energy, of course they took little money from you, but they gave all their energy, ability, capacity, capability, all, and the beautiful temple has come with so many curbs and all that, and then you say, hey, you are not allowed to enter into the temple. Can you imagine? He was there in the beginning where you have placed your God. That was the place he cleaned first. Maybe that was a very dirty place. Now he covered that. He developed that in a beautiful shrine. And now you put your God and ask that man who did that. No, you are not allowed to enter. It is your problem. It is not the system, caste system. It is your ego. It is your misunderstanding. It is your ignorance. And don't impose that on the society. So here, how the caste system came. Who created the caste system? It is a common question. I will quote from the Bhagavad Gita. 4th chapter, 13th verse, our great God Sri Krishna, he is telling very clearly, Chatur Varnam Maya Srishtam. And then he said, Guna Karma Vibhagashaha. Vibhaga, the department, because the segregation or the different groups he made on the basis of guna, qualities, karma, capability. The quality and the capability is the basis of this Chatur Varnam. In the Europe, America, people would understand it. But in India, particularly Hindus, and the Hindus in America also will understand it very much. And if they really understand and respect Sri Krishna as God and the Gita as the scripture, they should know, at least in this modern time, we should not complain about this caste system, because the God himself has done, and done for the benefit of the human society, our society, and that is according to the qualities. Guna, Karma, Vibhagasha. Fourfold caste was created by me, the God, by the differentiation of quality and capability, Guna and Karma. I will quote from the Bhagavatam itself. It's the 7th book, 11th chapter, 35th verse. The seventh skanda in Sanskrit it says, Yasya yat lakshanam proktam. Yasya, very simple Sanskrit. Yasya yat lakshanam proktam pumsho varnabhi banjakam yad annatra api drishyata tat tenaiva binirdeshat. Whatever qualities will be found in the individual person will be considered into that particular caste. Whatever the qualities will be found. We have already read the qualities, and if the quality is found in that particular individual, he will be considered that he belongs to that caste. It is not by birth. As because my father was a Brahmin and I should be considered as a Brahmin. Who said? Not God. It is you, it is me, it is our ego. God didn't say that. So we should not complain that is the very wrong system. No, it is a very good system. Only thing, if we properly utilize it. Swami Vivekananda was criticized, such a exalted monastic he was. He was the king among the monks. But you know, at that time, there was a gentleman, I am not naming him, and he considered him as a traditional Hindu, and he said, I am not going to address Swami Vivekananda sannyasi because I don't consider him as a sannyasi. Why? He was a Kshatriya. He should not become a sannyasi. Can you imagine? And he crossed the ocean. So he lost that caste also. He outcasted person. Vivekananda gave the new birth to Hinduism, and these people, and they were not the ordinary person. He was a great person. But that is the peculiarity. And it is not the scripture. It is not the religion. It is that person, the egoistic person, ignorant person, thinking I know whole religion and behaving like that. At time, some of the people like this, narrow-minded people, they didn't allow Vivekananda to enter into Kali temple. Can you imagine? First time they allowed, but we heard that they washed the whole temple. And second time, they didn't allow. And the Dakshineshwar, where this young man, he meditated with his guru Sri Ramakrishna. Because of his meditation, because of his realization, the whole area became purified. Swami Vivekananda saw the Kali, goddess Kali, there in that temple. And when he went over there, they washed the temple. Can you imagine? This is called ignorance, and this is called ego. But these people are thinking, oh, we are great religious people, we are the great Hindu. But this is the problem with the society. We don't understand it. Vivekananda realized the goddess Kali, and whole night he ran over there in that courtyard singing that song that was taught by Sri Ramakrishna to him. And in the morning time he was sleeping. Sri Ramakrishna was so happy. The best of the best among the Brahmins, Sri Ramakrishna. And he was so happy with that Kshatriya boy. So he is not. Yat lakshanam proktam pumsho varnabhi banjakam. According to the quality, the human should be considered of that varna. Varna means the four grade. Yad annatra vidrishyata tat tenaiva binirdishet. Yad annatra api. Even if we find that in some other character, he should also be considered as that quality. Ma Sharadamani Devi, she was just an ordinary lady, but this is called realization, knowledge from realization. And one can get the realization of the truth when one is completely free from ego. Otherwise, a small portion of ego and out of ego, if it is there, one cannot realize God, the truth. So when the mother realized the truth, her mind was broad, and that mother could say without hesitation, asking the Brahmin boys and girls of our household to go and touch a doctor who was not by caste a Brahmin. Other ladies, they came forward and started shouting, no, 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 we cannot. We are Brahmins, and this doctor is not a Brahmin. A Brahmin should not touch the feet of non-Brahmin. You know the answer of the mother? Mother told, if he is not Brahmin, then who is a Brahmin? He is a doctor, so highly educated, and he is giving service to the society, and so humble, so gentle. Educated, humble, gentle, and serving the society. If he is not a Brahmin, then who is a Brahmin? So this is knowledge from realization, and another knowledge from egoism. So ignorance, we can say. So Brahmins like that. I will quote Mahabharata, the Bhagavad Gita, then the Bhagavata in the Mahabharata. It is in the Banaparva. In the Banaparva, the king Yudhishthira is telling, Sudre tu yat bhavet lakshyam dije tatcha navidyate navai shudra bhavet shudra brahmana nacha brahmana. In the Mahabharata, Yudhishthira, who is considered as a very religious person, if the qualities of the Brahmin is found in the Shudra, then Shudra will be considered as Brahmin. And if not found in Brahmin, that means those specific qualities, Brahmin will not be considered as Brahmin anymore. It is not by birth, it is but karma, it is by qualities. Again and again, all the scriptures, they are repeating with this. We have to understand this. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he said, if by eating pork, one can remember God and repeat the name of God and practice high moral, spiritual life, I say, thanks to him, hail to him. But if by eating a vegetarian food, one behaves in human way, I say fie on him. If a Brahmin eating the vegetarian food, so-called pure food, but in character is behaving very opposite, I say fie on him. That's Sri Ramakrishna, he said. The Bhrigu and Bharadwaja, I am quoting from another, Bhrigu and Bharadwaja, in their conversation also, I am not quoting that conversation, they also supported this thing that it should be, the caste should be on quality, not by birth. And I will conclude quoting from the Tantra, Uma Maheshwara Sambhada. Uma, we know the Durga, the Uma, and the Maheshwara, the Shiva. The Shiva is telling, na yoni, na api samskara, na srutam, na cha santati, karanani dijattasya, vittameva tu karanam. Very clear. A Brahmin should not be considered as a Brahmin due to the birth or samskara, because he has the sacred trade, upanayana, or he has read the scripture, Veda. No. Character is the only yardstick to be considered a Brahmin. The Shiva, he is telling like this, Karanani dijattasya vittameva tu karanam. So how we will understand that he is a Brahmin? So one should understand this. Now, friends, I don't think we'll be able to complete today's the ashrama. So Varna 4, Ashrama 4. The 4 ashramas. Now in the Varna, according to the qualities, ashramas, that is the period that one should develop and manifest those qualities. So the first 3 group, the Brahmana, Kshatriya and Vaishya, so they used to go, and in their childhood days, they used to go to a guru to understand this dharma, this to learn dharma. Same lifestyle, same way of discipline they used to practice. And then afterwards, when they are coming out, so not by birth but by quality, the caste. So obviously, when they are going, they are all young children, they are going to the guru, getting the same type of education and training and discipline, but when they are graduating, coming out in the society, they are becoming 3 groups: Brahmin, Kshatriya and Vaishya. Bhagavan Sri Krishna, he also went to his guru, and another Brahmin boy also went to his guru, and he was very poor, but both of them, they learned the same thing from their guru. Krishna, you have to consider him as a human being, was having the qualities of the Kshatriyas. He was courageous, he was brave, the valor was there, so he became the Kshatriya. But his friend, as because he was calm, composed and satisfied with the little thing, he became a Brahmin. It is there. So like this it all goes. It is a Varna and it comes the ashrama. Now let us now listen to Lord Krishna and about the ashrama, what he says. Ashrama means period of time. Human life has been divided in 4 parts. First is the brahmacharya, that is student's life. Second, garhastha, householder's life. Third, vanaprastha, a retired life. And fourth, sannyasa, monastic life. So these are the 4 parts. The human life begins with love and affection from the parents up to age 6, only up to 6 years. Then from 6 to 16 they should spend their time serving the guru and learning from him. That was the brahmacharya time, from the 6 to 16, 10 years. Of course we cannot apply that nowadays, but to some extent the unique way that was framed, that also we can take. Up to 6 years the child will get all affection. If the child is not getting the affection, because they don't understand, they want only the assurance from the parents that they are safe. That's all, and nothing else. In what name we are calling them, and whether we are cajoling them, whether we are bringing some these and that is not the main thing. Main thing is they like to understand whether I am safe or not, and then they get the happiness when they get a presentation from the father or the mother or the family members. It is not for the presentation, but the love, the assurance of the safety that is there. So this is very important in the child's mind. If that is not there, then the growth is stagnated. The growth becomes very, very difficult. That child won't be able to believe any others when that child grows up. Why? In the beginning he didn't get that. So that dissatisfaction, it is so strongly imprinted in the mind, it becomes very difficult. So parents should be very, very careful to give the children the correct way of life. From 1 to 6 is nothing. So that is the time they should get the love, affection and all this encouragement. Then from the 6 to 16 their education begins. In those days the lifespan was like that, so they used to go to the guru. In the guru griha, how they will live as a brahmacharya. It is in the 17th chapter, 22nd verse I am quoting. Dvitiyam prappa anupurvat janma upanayanam dijaha basan gurukule danta brahma adhita cha ahuta. Basan Gurukule, they will stay in the Gurukula. Danta Brahma Adhiita cha Ahuta. And the Guru will ask him, Ahuta, they will go and sit and learn. Brahma means Veda. Adhiita, they will study. What? Veda. Now what is Veda? In a very brief, we studied the Veda over here in Vedanta Society, and I think that is recorded in that Eternal India. There is a lecture series, Saga of the Soul, sorry. In the Saga of the Soul, Eternal India, Mahabharata and maybe Ramayana, whether it is there or not, there is the Eternal India, but the Saga of the Soul, a series of lectures that I gave, and there all the 4 Vedas we studied. Not in details, but in brief to understand what are 4 Vedas. Those who are interested, you can go and get it from the YouTube. What are there in the Vedas? All varieties of education. And then they will be teaching, and in the end they will be telling that now, oh girl, oh boy, you are educated, you are going out, now you will marry, you will settle as a householder, and you should follow these things. The dharma means keeping the promises. Again and again I say that. Again and again, because that is the truth. If you keep the promise that you have taken, the oath that you have taken, the vows that you have taken, then not only you are satisfied, but the society is benefited. They know when I am going to this person, he is going to give exactly whatever he knows and his capacity he will give. When we go to the police in the society, we only people that we can believe is the police. They are supposed to protect us. But after reaching over there in the station, police station, and if we see they are behaving completely different way with me, my mind will break, confidence will break, and the reaction in the society will be completely bad. That is the reason the Gurukula system, the gurus used to teach them the Veda. What is the Veda? Not only the different education, but the behavior also. I was telling the CEO of the Techno India group, and he agreed, and immediately, he's a so kind person and very enthusiastic, I loved him. So he immediately introduced a system to teach the little backward in education group, the girls particularly. In the society, a group of people are there who needs a helping hand, but they like to have faith on them. Elderly people, they can't do anything out themselves. So if a lady is going and staying with them, helping them, providing them all the services, reading out from the newspaper and the book, and all those trainings she should get, but along with that, morality, non-stealing, non-hurting that person with the rough words, or behaving in such a way that that person gets the problem. No. These are the main training. Other thing, other services, even a robot can do, a machine can do. But the human must have this. So the first quality that the gurus in the old, in the Guru Griha they used to give is this. Then I was in Purulia for a few years. It's a residential school. The monks are there, teachers are there. The students used to stay with us. It's a Gurukula system, we used to say. And because of the number of the students, it is very difficult that you can understand a one sannyasi with 50 or 60 students, how individually he can, difficult. But the system is now, the modern society is like that. We cannot sit with 10 boys. It's not possible. We have to accommodate. There, we had developed a system. Even the rich person is coming, rich man's son or a poor man's son, they should be equally behaved. They needed some pocket money. We told the guardians that you should put the pocket money, say 200 rupees or 100 rupees, and that they should spend for 6 months or 3 months, something like that. I've forgotten. The system is there. And they like to purchase some candies or the biscuits or the these and that. They used to have the passbook, like the bank passbook. And they will take that bank passbook to the shop, and that is also ashrama, and there they will show and say, I like to purchase this, and it will be in the credit in the bank, as they do in the credit, $100 is there. Now in the debit, today you have purchased $5, today is $20, like that it will reduce. But you cannot complete that amount within a short period of time. The period 3 months or 6 months, you have to, I think 3 months. Now what happened, usually we used to check, but it slipped. So one boy, he spent the whole amount in one go. He went to the shop, purchased the whole thing, and he secretly wrote to his father, I am being insulted by my friends that I am not having the money in my account. Father is a rich man. He drove from Calcutta, and I was the first man in the office. He came, and he banged on my table and said, it is my money, it is my son, and my son wants to spend my money. Who are you to stop it? So look at it. The Gurukula system, we wanted to teach the boy to understand even a farthing, even a rupee that you are spending, it is costly. To earn that, it is so difficult. We used to give that training, we give that training. The father came and banged. I understood, young man, his son, so he is boastful. I told, please sit down, take a cup of tea, and let me ask you a question. Just tell me whether Rabindranath's father was richer than you or not. They were landlords. Then the father understood, they were richer. And have you read the life of Rabindranath? How austerity he had to follow when he was a very young boy? A simple dress, simple food, and like that. So if that father could do, why you don't understand? You need not to bother about spending your money. Just go on accumulating. Your son will go and spend it. No training is necessary to spend. But to understand the value of the money, that is essential, that is necessary. That is exactly what we are doing. And that is called Gurukula system. Even in the modern time, these are the problems. This Gurukula system, the brahmachari, Ditiyam prapya anupurvat. After becoming Ditiya, what is the Ditiya? Ditiya means this is the ceremony of the second birth, that is sacred thread ceremony. The sacred thread ceremony, after having that, Friends, I have quoted many times the Dvija, the second birth. Why? The first birth, the child, the human child, doesn't know the culture. It's just no difference between animals and the human child. They will be behaving in the same way. They don't understand. Slowly, as they are growing up, the parents are guiding them and they learn what and how they should behave. And that is the way called the second birth. And through a ceremony it is given. And the ceremony is called that sacred thread ceremony. That they will be having a thread and there will be 7 ties, and each tie will remind him a morality. I am not going to tell any lies. I should always follow the truthfulness. I am not going to steal. I should always follow these. And this is the way it goes. So they will understand that, they will remember that when they are worshipping. So that constantly at the remembering, to help them to remember the moral values, this is the thread. All the 3 they get, the Brahmana, Kshatriya and Vaishya, they get it. And having that at the 6 years, they will go to Guru. One should live in the house of a teacher with self-control and study the Vedas under Guru's guidance. That this is the first thing. Hindu life actually, it begins even before birth, you know. And then of course modern society, I do not know, but in our younger days we have seen whenever a lady and she conceived, immediately the whole household, they will ask her to read some holy books, listen to the devotional songs, so that our mind constantly thinking of the spirituality, the God. And that effect goes to the son also, the child, the baby that is in her. So this is the way. And then there are so many ceremonies are there, one after another. Why the ceremony? To remind that this is the thing that you should have to do. So it goes on. Then after the birth, there is also another ceremony. And then finally, when the child is grown up to 6, Upanayana, the sacred thread. Now they become brahmachari. When they go to the teacher's house, they are brahmachari. What is a brahmachari means? Is a student focused on study, focused to learn. That is called the brahmachari. No other thing in the mind. They should not think in other. And now every student, even when they are very young, are having the cell phone and having so many connections. And look at the effect in the society. They are educated, they are qualified, they are capable to do many things. But I do not know, are they having the characters, the human characters? So that is the main thing. If a person is not having the morality, if he cannot control the mind and emotions and impulses, if he cannot think about the others' betterment, it becomes a selfish. So that is not the human society that want. So one should understand that. Now there are 2 types of brahmacharya. One is called upakurbana. Upakurbana means after studying, they will go and become the householder. Brahmachari, all the same, but then after the study, a group, they will go and become the householders. Another is there called Noistika. This Noistika brahmachari, after the student's life, they will become monastics. So this is called the monastic life. The traditional brahmacharya life is very, very hard. The restrictions are very rigid, which in the modern mind cannot even think of. So from the 17th chapter, in the 17th chapter, from 23rd to 30th verse, all these verses are giving the complete description how those brahmachari should be. Friends, I am not reading those. If you are interested, you can read from there. We shall read the basic discipline the student should follow. And I will conclude with this, and the other 3 ashramas in our next class we will have. A brahmachari should get up early in the morning before sunrise. This is the basic. Brahmachari should get up. Not only the monastic brahmachari, naistic brahmachari, also the upakurvans, all those who are students, should get up in the early morning before the sunrise. And then, after attending to the cleanliness, he should meditate and repeat the holy name of God, the mantra, then serve and attain all duties that will be assigned to him by his guru. So this is the way it goes. Acharyam mam bijaniyat na abamanyeta karhichit na marta buddhya na asuyeta sarvadeva mayo guruhu. And here it says brihad brata, brahmachari brata, brihad brata. Brihad means big. The brata means as a promise. The one is taking a great promise, brihad brata, and he should not consider his teacher as an ordinary person. He should consider him as God himself. The God, Sri Krishna, is telling that Acharyam mam bijaniyat. The teacher should be considered as God. And in the young age, we have seen our teachers, they were so respectful. We could never even think looking at their eyes. They were so qualified and so humble, so simple, so full of knowledge, and all the time eager to share the knowledge with the students, guiding the students. Those are now slowly, because of the modern society, it is changing. And nowadays, no question of coming close to the relation of the teacher and student, because it is the classes are online. The student sitting in the room and the teacher is somewhere else. So it is going on. So friends, up to this, and then in the next Sunday talk we will continue with the other responsibilities. The teacher should be considered as the God, and they should not be looked down upon in any time. Thank you very much.
Questions first from Jabba Konar.
Is it the sound is all right? You just listen. Listen.
Is it possible to have some sessions for younger kids? Jabadi.
Sorry, I don't think it will be possible. There are, when you were learning from here, then you tell to the younger people, so that will be better, and you can communicate in a better way.
Madhumita Kaur, she's saying, how do we inculcate Vedanta to our children in their daily lives?
Oh, that's very good idea. There are some books, and they have given, and the Vedanta is nothing. I will tell you, Vedanta, according to Swami Vivekananda's Vedanta, is nothing but the self-confidence, not ego. Not ego, self-confidence. So go on telling your child that you are doing good, very good, but you can be better. The self-confidence will come, and never ever ego. Be very careful about it. Ego means I can only do and no one else. And never compare with others, When most of the time, even when in our church, younger days, our guardians used to compare with some other friends. Look at that, your friend is so good, you are not. Never ever do that. And sometimes if there are two brothers are there, or a brother or sister, that is the very difficult situation, because mostly parents will compare, look at your sister, she is so good and you are not. So they become, naturally that young mind cannot accept that. Never do that. You, so it is your own capacity, and your sister or brother, it is his or her capacity. So don't compare. As a parent, you should understand the psychology. And Vedanta, just know it, self-confidence. The more I grow, the more it seems to me that everything lies in manliness. Swami Vivekananda said, this manliness means complete self-confidence. Thank you.
So next question is from Shaunak Roy. Shaunak Roy is asking, persons don't bother about karma phal. They can go for karma tyag, and those who have desires, they can go for karma yoga. Is it correct assertion? Please explain.
I am sorry, it is not. It is not. Those who have desire and they go for karma yoga, no. The desire is a different thing. Karma yoga, the karma, what is coming before me, what we are doing, so like that I am doing, but without waiting for the result or hankering for the result. The teaching is there, don't seek, don't shun. So that is the way the life goes, in a monastic life of course. But for the life in the society, you have to crave for the better position, better karma, and when it is done, then you should say, I have tried my best. I have tried my best, and never ever become dejected or sorry. Let me tell you once again, I got little disturbed. So thing is like this, when a karma, your duty, your responsibility is coming, you should do it in a concentrated mind, and you should attain to that as best as possible, and that is the way you can perform. And after that you say, oh God, I have done it as best as possible, and the result is up to you. So by that way, if you can do, it is called karma phala. And those who are not understanding the result, say anything that you do, the result is there. Every action has its equal and opposite reaction, isn't it? I think I could answer to your question. So Arup, when you are reading, read clearly and then be there, please. Otherwise it disturbs the, I can.
Ananya Roy is asking, Pranam Maharaj, can you please guide how to start performing meditation and what to think during meditation? Ananya Roy.
Ananya, I don't know if you have taken initiation or not. If you have taken initiation, then your guru will guide you. And for a simple meditation purpose, that you take long breathe and slowly think that the oxygen is energizing your whole body, and by that way slowly try to forget. I will tell you in a small way that you can practice the simple system. First you see a lamp with the lamp holder, and then slowly after practice only to see the lamp on a lamp holder. That's all, and you don't see anything else. Then afterwards you can't see the lamp holder, you see only the lamp, and nothing else. Then when that is perfected, you see only lamp, then forget about the lamp and see only the flame, the light. That is, if you can see the only flame, only light within your heart, and then the fourth stage, merge yourself into that wonderful effulgent light. But this is called meditation, but don't practice more than 10 minutes. And if you feel that your heaviness in the head, don't do it. So that is the way you can do.
Next question is from Shuparna Ghosh. Shuparna is asking, Maharaj, few years ago I was fearless, courageous, etc. But now with the progress of time, I feel I am losing all those Kshatriya qualities. Please tell me what to do, how to regain those qualities.
Wonderful. That is, see, as we grow, so the second and third, that is called ashrama. You are talking about the varna. Varna is the Kshatriya, Brahmana, all that. But ashrama, next class we will discuss about the ashrama also. The first we have started is the brahmacharya, the student's life, and second is garhastha life. And now I do not know how old you are. If you are retired, then it is the vanaprastha life that you are supposed to practice, and there is no question of other things. But what are the duties of the vanaprasthi, we will discuss in our next class.
The next question is from Tanya Guha. Tanya is asking, Pranam Swamiji, thank you so much for your precious words. My question is how to remove the ego from the mind.
Oh, this is really, really difficult thing. The hardest thing to remove the ego. If you read the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, you will find again and again Sri Ramakrishna is telling like that. But one wonderful system that he has suggested, Sri Ramakrishna, he has suggested that ego, you cannot go beyond ego, because our existence is ego, the I. So obviously, very simply you can do, I am the daughter of God, I am the son of God. Whatever I am doing it for the betterment of the society, and I am confident this will be good. Like that, for everything, give the credit to God. Go to God, attached with the God, and that will slowly eradicate the ego. Not me, thou. This is the simple way you can practice. And some people in the Jnana Yoga, they practice, I am not the body, I am not the mind, where from the ego will come. But it's a little harder, and we can discuss about it afterwards also. So I think now we should conclude, and we should conclude with this sloka. Thank you for the good, wonderful questions. Now this verse, and we conclude. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Maruta Stunnanti Divyaistavai Vedai Sangha Padakramopanishadai Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantam Nabidu Surasuragana Devaya Tasmai Namah. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat.